there's one thing that I could say about Old Western culture, this is a grand adventure. This is an epic journey that we get to cover by going through these great works of literature and discussing these ideas and learning to write about them. I'm Scott Postma, and I'm teaching Old Western culture for Roman roads. A lot of times students think that reading is boring and, having to take a literature class is something they just have to get out of the way. But Old Western culture is an adventure, it's a journey. Diving into these primary sources, we unveil these great treasures, pieces of wisdom, great commonplace pieces of literature and wisdom that we get to uncover and explore. To give an overview of Old Western culture, we'll cover the Greeks, where we're introduced to democracy, its successes and failures. We read Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. We look at the tragedians and the comedians. We are introduced to some of the fundamental literary concepts, devices, theories, and everything that follows is going to be built on this. We bring in the Roman period. We spend one whole term reading Virgil's Aeneid, and this is really in many ways the mythological foundation of Rome. It is taking us out of the Greeks into the Roman period. So we see the emperors, we see the Pax Romana, we see the early church fathers and the introduction of Christianity joined with the state. We see the fall of Rome. And then we move into the period of Christendom, where really the church takes the front seat in developing culture and seeing the Western world develop up to the Reformation, where the church has gone off the rails in a lot of ways, both doctrinally and morally. And so the Reformation is an attempt to bring the church back on track. And of course, this causes great turmoil and has many implications into the modern world. Early moderns look at this period that we call Renaissance, part of the Reformation time period, and then moving into more of this modern world and modern literature. Students need someone to guide them through the great books. The same way Dante needed Virgil to guide him through Inferno and Purgatory. Having someone with some experience in the great books allows the student to go deeper and discuss some of the perennial human questions that are introduced in these great works. We're not just studying literature, but we're studying literature that has to do with history, has to do with theology, has to do with philosophy. And so when these are all integrated together, we're entering into the great conversation, reading primary sources that are going to help the student get a broader worldview picture. And students, often find that this journey is a real treat.